right, everybody, welcome to a session of knowledge as well. I said welcome to a session of knowledge as well. Welcome to a session of knowledge as well. I said welcome to a knowledge session, bitch. Okay, not a bitch. I'm not a bitch. I don't even know why I said that.
Hello, how you doing? It's Big Name, and I just wanna welcome you to my page. Hello, how you doing? It's Big Name, and I just wanna welcome you to my page.
Cause I'm Big Name, nigga, I don't play. What you little bitch gotta say? Cause I'm Big Name.
First things first, put my glasses on. Now let me tell y'all something about knowledge as well. I do a lot of writing. My gift is in my hands, and I just do a lot of writing because, hey. So, our first session of knowledge is wealth is motherfucking knowledge equals wealth. Take a journey into my mind and enjoy the knowledge. Take something from this. Something simple, something cute, nothing too crazy. I mean, you know. And then we have our table of contents. We got a lot more to go. I have to actually create more for my table of contents. So let's talk about melanin. I said melanin. Let's talk about I'm gonna have fun with this shit. Like, we're gonna have fun with this shit. We're gonna have a blast with this shit. So let's talk about melanin. What is melanin? What is black? What is melanin and what is black? Black is the purest form of melanin, right? Melanin is the dark matter of every being. Dark matter, black, purest form. Put it all together. That's melanin, right? So let's break down the word melanin. Mel, M-E-L, comes from the Greek word melino, which means black. All right, and elanin, or ananin. It's hard for me to say that, but ananin comes from amine, which is a functional group with a nitrogen base and additional hydrocarbons. And excuse me when I'm looking down, y'all. I got my notes here, So this is more of the scientific breakdown of melanin. Now, when we get into scientific shit for me is like, what the fuck? So I got a couple things to break some things down for us. So again, anin, which is the A-N-I-N, right? This means amine, A-M-I-N-E, right? Now, amine means a functional group. So a functional group with a nitrogen base and additional hydrocarbons, right? So what is a nitrogen base? So what is nitrogen base? So a nitrogen base is a molecule containing nitrogen and has the chemical properties of a base. The nitrogenous base in DNA, which is A, G, T, and C. So what is the base? Okay, so the base is any substance that in water solution is slippery to level, tastes bitter, and changes colors, right? And then it's also saying an additional hydrocarbons. So the hydrocarbons is a compound of hydrogen and carbon, such as any of those which are chief components of petroleum and natural gas. Let's dive more into what is melanin. So melanin is a pigment, right? Melanin has various of shades, and the shades range from yellow to black. Yellow is more of people that are Caucasian and Asian and European and, Caucasian. Y'all get what I'm saying. While as black is us Africans. All right. So the thing about black and the thing about melanin is that it never loses the energy that it absorbs. The thing also about melanin is that once it becomes pure, it always remains black. Again, back to melanin. Melanin is black in its purest form. So the energy melanin absorbs is sunlight, electromagnetics, music human ears can and cannot hear, all different types of rays and waves like phone, radio, cosmic, ultraviolet, all types of things. And then the energy that melanin uses is water, earth, moon, sun, galaxy, and the cycles of the planet. Okay, so on a molecular level, don't y'all better not come for me how I talk in the comments, because some of these words I can read good, but like speaking them out, I jumble my words sometimes. So yeah, but the molecular level, the melanin particles are called the electrons, the protons, the neutrons, and of course the solutons, right? And what they do is they rearrange their orbit, which is called a renaissance, which the renaissance causes a particle to move. This movement causes a small gap, which is low energy, and the other particles rearrange themselves to fill in that gap. So let's talk about some different types of melanin. E-melanin is small amounts, which makes up blonde hair. Phenylalanine is found in the skin and hair, red and pink colors, and doesn't protect against ultraviolet radiation. And then neuromelanin is throughout the brain, right? The 4 primary types of melanin on a universal level is planetary, cosmic, plant life, and animal kingdom. A little bit of history about melanin is that larger amounts of melanin was found in the African Americans that fought in the Vietnam War when they were doing testing on the dead bodies. What is the physical benefits of melanin? Okay, so from the moment of conception, you are protected by melanin. Once you become an embryo, the embryo is a product of what you call the neural crest. The neural crest is a group of embryonic cells that are pinched off during the formation of the neural tube. Okay, so neural crest, which equals the nerve cells, brain cells, and the melanocytes, is what is the neural crest. The embryo cannot, so if an embryo is not filled with enough melanin, it could cause birth defects and miscarriages. Let's talk some more about what melanin helps with. So melanin helps with your motivational, emotional, and motor and sensory activities. It helps with the smoothness of your skin, your cell regeneration, fighting infections, and it also prevents wrinkles and sun damage, melanoma, cancer, and genetic disorders. Okay, so let's talk some more about the embryo. I know I'm bouncing around, it's just my notes is bounced around. I'm organized, but I'm messy. That's just the part of being creative. So follow me, okay? Follow me. So before the embryo becomes a fetus, the outermost layer of the skin, which is the ectoderm, produces melanin. This melanin helps grow into the brain, right into your brain, right? And the 12 melanin centers is what you would call the black nuclei. The outer layer that the brain grows in is the bastilla, which becomes the spinal cord and eventually the brain. The 12 nuclei, which is the highest, begins the form of the brain, which is the locus cerocertus. In your brain, there's a lot of blackness, which is the melanin, which is the core of what is responsible for inner vision and intuition. Now we jump a little bit into the spiritual side. Responsible for one's spiritual illuminations and creative geniuses. So when you think about the locus circle, I'm gonna just put the word, y'all gonna see. This is what you would call the closest human connection to spirituality, and an altered state of consciousness allows humans the access to the dream world, and the dream world allows access to learn from our ancestors, right? Morning strolls helps you clear your conscience. As you charge your melanin, you give it great power. So that is one of the ways to charge your melanin. Early morning strolls, being in the sun. Also understand that the vibrational frequency put forth from your melanin can be positive or negative. High vibrational frequency is refusing to let any negative thoughts and excess worry into your mind. Letting yourself be free of that, right? So more about melanin. Let's break down the 4 categories of race. There's stage 1. This is melanin levels that have empty melanosomes, which cannot make melanin. They may be melanin recessive. They could just adjust their diet. I mean, that could help, That's a suggestion. And they can also increase their sun exposure, but you also have to be careful of that if your skin easily burns, which means that you don't have the melanosomes, which is stage 1. Make sure that you're wearing that sunscreen. Stage 2 means that the melanin levels has the ability to make melanin. Body has plenty of potential, but the melanosomes themselves are empty of melanin. Okay. Stage 3 has access to some of their melanin, also can create melanin, also have melanosomes that are filled halfway with melanin. And then there's stage 4. Dark complexion, absorbs the entire light spectrum, can create melanin, and melanosomes are completely filled. People of color, which are stage 4, have circulating melanin. So when we have excess melanin, it spills from the melanosomes, which goes into our bloodstreams and circulates throughout our whole entire body. That is why our motor skills and our sensory skills, like, we can do so many things at one time because we have so much of that melanin. Okay. The amount of melanin within your skin determines the range of light energy that can be absorbed. Charge your solar power. You need to be in the sun, you need to dance, and you need to sleep, baby, okay? So the pineal gland, which is your third eye, is most active between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. And the neutral production, this is how you get your natural production of melanin. And this is the most enlightening time to sleep. But the pineal gland is only most active only when the mind is sleeping. Now let's talk about sun exposure. This helps you absorb the creative energy of the universe. It's an immune system booster, and it improves emotional and mental health. Listen, when I tell you that I have seasonal depression, I don't even like to claim that as my own, but baby, listen, it's real. 30 minutes in the sunlight 3 times a week. Perfect. It helps you get your vitamin D. It helps you with your energy booster. Get in that sun if you can, okay? Things to avoid. These are things that is low vibrational, low energy. These things are not good for you. Fluoridated water. One more time, fluoridated water. Stop drinking that motherfucking tap water. Stop drinking that tap water. Most cities treat their water with this, and it affects the clarification of the pineal gland. It minimizes the capabilities of the power that you have. Okay. So how can you clear this out of your system? Ginseng, botanic clay, chlorophyll, bloom green algae, seaweed, cilantro, bananas, coconut oil, honey, and watermelon. Also, avoid vitamin D supplements. I used to say 50,000 milligrams of vitamin D supplements. Instead, use cod liver oil. It is easier to absorb, and it promotes the natural production of vitamin D. Okay? And then also avoid fatty foods. It makes you gain weight, and that traps your melanin, and it lessens your ability to harness your power. So animal fats and saturated fats and vegetable oil, get rid of all of that. Use the omega-3 oil. Boom. Yes. And that is all I have for you guys today for our melanin talk, and our knowledge is wealth. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure y'all come back again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else y'all want me to touch on. We're going to be touching on some African gods, not just the Orishas. We're going to be touching on like some mythology, some legends. We're going to talk about a lot. We need to get in touch with our roots, baby. Our roots. That's what makes me happy. So let's get it. I love you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.